Hello, all. Hope you're doing well today. So, I'm going to tell you, I almost threw this chapter out, but after reviewing some of the material, I really felt like you'd had it from previous courses. But after reviewing some of the material, I felt like it really was important. So, um, here we go. We're going to be talking about basic management theories and perspectives. Here we go. So after reading this chapter, you should be able to define sport facility and event management and its common tasks within the context of the 3P model of place, process, and people. Also be able to identify the primary management leaders and apply their theories within the process aspect of the 3P model, and identify the primary management leaders and their theories with the people aspect of the 3P model. So before diving into the management theories, let's first define management. Management is the process of organizing and utilizing people and limited resources to achieve specific goals and objectives. This definition perfectly captures the essence of what facility and event management entails. Managers in the sports industry must balance various resources and stakeholders while working towards the goal of successful operations and experiences. So let's see how this plays out in the 3P model. The 3P model is a key concept in facility and event management known as the 3P model. It is an excellent framework for understanding how to successfully manage sport facilities and events. So let's break it down. First, let's talk about place. This refers to the physical facility or venue, much like we talked about in chapter 2. And sport management, every facility is unique, whether it's a stadium, a gymnasium, an outdoor track. Managers must intimately be familiar with their venue. Knowing the layout, capabilities, and limitations of the space is the foundation for effective planning. Next, we have process. This refers to the operational strategies and workflows that keep a facility or event running smoothly. Processes can include scheduling, maintenance, security, customer service, and event logistics. For example, consider how a stadium handles ticket sales and crowd flow during a major event. Well-designed processes ensure that the facility operates efficiently and meets the needs of its users. And finally, people. People are at the heart of sports facility and event management. This includes the staff who manage and operate the facility, the athletes who compete, and of course the spectators. Effective managers prioritize clear communication, teamwork, and stakeholder engagement to ensure that people are satisfied and safe. The interrelationship among the 3Ps is what makes the 3P model so effective. And so, for instance, a well-maintained place or facility enables efficient processes, and efficient processes make it easier for people, the staff, athletes, and fans to have a positive experience. Understanding these interrelationships allows managers to identify gaps and opportunities for improvement. So let's consider an example. Imagine you are managing a soccer stadium. The place aspect involves ensuring the field is in excellent condition and that seating areas are clean and safe. For process, you might develop a plan to efficiently guide spectators through security and to their seats. And for people, you'll focus on training your staff to handle any issues that arise and creating a welcoming environment for fans. And so to summarize, the 3P model helps sports managers analyze and optimize the essential components of facility and event management. It goes into the user's experience. And so that's something that's really in the business models. You're looking at user experience. And so thinking about it from the perspective of the people who will be utilizing the facility. So you have to understand and adapt to the unique aspects of your place and develop efficient and effective processes and prioritize clear communication and collaboration with people. Henry Fayol, often referred to as one of the founders of modern management theory, identified 5 primary management functions. So planning is setting goals and deciding how to achieve them. The next is organizing. So you're structuring resources, including people and materials, to meet objectives. And command is about directing and leading the team to ensure tasks are executed efficiently. Coordination is the harmonization of activities and efforts to ensure everyone is aligned and working together effectively. While control is monitoring performance and making adjustments to ensure objectives are achieved. Now, these functions laid the foundation for modern management practices. Fayol's approach emphasizes the systematic nature of management. If we look at the sport management adaptation with Bridges and Rockmore, they are theorists that specifically focused on sport management and adapted Fayol's framework to better suit the unique demands of sports organizations. And they identified the following functions. Planning, which is similar to Fayol, involves setting objectives like organizing a championship or improving fan engagement. Organizing is, again, allocating resources and delegating responsibilities in the sports context, such as assigning roles for event day operations. Implementing is where the sports context diverges slightly. Implementing focuses on executing plans like ensuring smooth coordination during game days or executing marketing campaigns. Controlling is about evaluating outcomes and ensuring the event or facility operations meet the set goals. For example, reviewing ticket sales or event attendance against projections. This adaptation provides a practical approach for sports managers, focusing on execution and evaluation. So if we compare those models, the Fayol and the Bridges and Rockmore model, the Fayol model is broad and it applies to general management, whereas Bridges and Rockmore tailors the framework to address the dynamic and event-driven nature of sports management. The key distinction is the emphasis on implementation as a standalone function, reflecting the importance of action in the sports industry. So to understand how these functions work together in practice, consider an example of managing a major sport event like a marathon. You'll define the event route as in with your planning, set participation goals, and establish safety measures. If you're organizing, you allocate your volunteers to key checkpoints and assign medical personnel and secure your sponsorships. In implementing on the event day, you oversee all operations, ensure coordination between the teams, and manage unexpected challenges. And controlling. After the event, you review feedback, analyze participation numbers, and determine whether goals were met. As you can see, these functions work in synergy to ensure a successful event. So planning is the foundation of management. It is the first and most critical step in the management process. It involves setting goals and objectives to guide the direction of your work. You're developing detailed methods and strategies to achieve these goals efficiently and effectively. Good planning minimizes potential problems and maximizes operational efficiency, ensuring that resources, whether time, money, or personnel, are utilized optimally. Now, the importance in sports facility and event management planning ensures smooth operations and anticipates challenges and aligns team efforts with the overarching goals. Effective planning is vital for both short-term and long-term success. So with short-term planning, your focus is on the immediate objectives and tasks that need to be completed in the near future. So with sports management, setting up for an event such as preparing the venue and coordinating your event day logistics like ticket sales and parking and concessions, or communicating schedules with staff and volunteers. Short-term planning ensures that every detail is accounted for in the lead up to a successful event day. The long-term planning involves strategic planning that spans several years to ensure sustained growth and development. Examples would be developing a 5-year capital improvement plan, which may include renovating existing facilities to improve athlete and spectator experiences, securing long-term sponsorship agreements, and planning marketing strategies to grow fan engagement over time. So long-term planning ensures that the organization remains competitive and adaptable to future challenges and opportunities. For planning to be successful, managers must consider the following. They must focus on specificity. So goals and methods must be clear and measurable. They must be flexible and allow for adjustments in response to unforeseen circumstances. And they have to allocate for resources. So time, money, and manpower must be accounted for, as well as stakeholder input, including perspectives from your athletes, your staff, and fans to align with your needs. So a sports manager is tasked with the hosting a city marathon. You first map out the marathon route and coordinate with law enforcement for traffic control, organize your hydration and medical stations along the route. The long-term plan is to create a plan to grow participation by 20% over the next 5 years. Partner with sponsors to secure better funding for better race day amenities, and develop community outreach programs to build a loyal participant base. A strategic facility plan is a long-term, high-level planning document used to align a facility's physical spaces with an organization's overall strategic goals and objectives. This type of plan is more focused on the functionality and efficiency of a specific facility or set of facilities and supporting the organization's mission and vision. And really, the purpose aligns the facility's design, layout, and resources with the organization's strategic goals, ensuring that the facility meets both future and current needs. It includes optimizing space utilization, identifying needed upgrades or expansions, looking at space that's not utilized necessarily and repurposing that, and ensuring the facility can support new or changing programs and services. The scope is specifically on one or a few facilities, often with an emphasis on improving operations and reducing costs or addressing immediate and medium-term needs. Typically, that looks at a 3 to 5 year period, although it may extend further into the future. And really, you want to do data collections such as facility assessments. With Dugan Wellness Center, they go through hourly and they're logging in how many people are utilizing the facility, all of the facilities at that particular time, so that they can determine how things are being utilized and what are the user needs. So doing scenario planning and identifying improvement priorities and recommending solutions. It's a set of actionable recommendations to guide decision making related to facility operations, management, and future investments. So a university strategic facility plan might focus on optimizing space for academic departments like the kinesiology department, ensuring there are enough classrooms and labs, and planning for future growth or technological changes. A comprehensive master plan is a broad, overarching plan that lays out the long-term vision for an organization's entire portfolio of properties, including land use, development, and expansion. The master plan is typically more holistic and covers not just the facilities, but also the surrounding environment and infrastructure and community needs. You see that at Momentum Campus. They're wanting to move all of our sport facilities over to Momentum Campus. Number one, because it's easier access for the community, not having to come on campus and the parking issues and all of that. But looking at that entire area and being on an island, our facilities, there are certain things. We're near the base, so we have to be careful about how high we build up, things along that line. So some key characteristics of a comprehensive master plan provides a long-term vision for the development and evolution of a site or facility portfolio, guiding future growth, land use, and facility design. It includes land use, infrastructure, transportation, environmental conditions, and zoning, as well as access. It also incorporates long-term goals for the integration of new facilities and public spaces. So it covers a larger area and sometimes an entire campus, city, or district, and often includes multiple buildings, landscapes, and future developments. Typically, the time frame is 10 to 20 years or more, offering a vision that spans across several decades. Something that's on the horizon right now is an arena. President Miller is we would like to have an arena so that we can do graduation and host basketball and volleyball competitions on Momentum Campus. Again, for ease of access for students as well as the community. It does involve community input, market assessments, environmental and sustainability considerations, land use planning, and broad design principles. It also integrates with local and regional planning efforts. And so it's a clear vision for the development and growth of the site or organization, typically illustrated with detailed maps, concepts, and guidelines for building and land use decisions. And so, a city's comprehensive master plan might include plans for residential, commercial, and recreational facilities, as well as the development of transportation corridors, green spaces, and environmental sustainability initiatives. Organizing is the process through which managers coordinate the efforts of employees to achieve the goals and objectives outlined in the planning process. So think of organizing as the bridge between the planning stage and the implementation stage. It ensures that everyone knows the goal and how their tasks fit into the larger picture. Now, there's a two-part process of organizing. The first part is job identification and assignment. So it involves identifying the specific jobs and tasks that were designed during the planning process, and it assigns these tasks to specific employees based on their skills, experience, and suitability. So, for example, for a soccer match, assigning a team to set up the field, marking lines and placing goals, designating ticketing staff to handle crowd entry, and assigning volunteers to assist with seating and crowd control. Matching the right people to the right task is crucial for efficiency and effectiveness. Part 2 of that is establishing relationships and coordination. It involves defining the relationships between various tasks and employees, facilitating effective communication, coordination, and ensure tasks are completed efficiently. So this ensures coordination between security staff, ticketing staff, and event managers to avoid delays at the gates. Synchronizing the time of tasks, such as when we start the warm-up for athletes while ensuring the sound crew is ready for announcements. Without clear relationships and coordination, tasks can overlap, causing confusion and inefficiency and just gaps in the system. So why is organizing critical in sport management? It ensures that resources, both human and material, are used effectively. Responsibilities are clearly defined to avoid duplication of effort, and there's a seamless collaboration among departments such as marketing, operations, and logistics. Our TMUCC athletics team meets every Tuesday to go over logistics for that week, the teams that they need, personnel, what are the duties, that sort of thing. So, and job identification, assigning volunteers to man hydration stations, or allocating medical staff to specific locations along the route for a marathon, appointing a logistics manager to oversee setup and takedown, and coordination, so making sure that the hydration team knows when the logistics team will finish setting up their stations, establishing communication channels for volunteers to report issues during the event, coordinating with traffic control teams to ensure that the route on that marathon is closed at the right time. This level of organization ensures the event runs smoothly without unnecessary interruption. What is implementation? So implementation is the process of putting the plans and processes into action. That's where all the preparation and coordination comes to life. So in the context of sport facility event management, this step is all about execution, ensuring that the strategies outlined in the planning phase and organized during the coordination stage are effectively carried out. The implementation phase relies heavily on people. It's the moment where managers work directly with employees, volunteers, and team members to achieve the goals and objectives set during the planning process. Managers need to guide, support, and collaborate with their team. So during a major event like a sports tournament, the manager is not sitting in an office, they're on the ground, actively overseeing tasks, troubleshooting, and encouraging their team. Communication. There is clear, consistent, and timely communication is critical for successful implementation. It involves providing precise instructions. Oftentimes they have a sheet that they'll go by, a script, if you will, sharing with specific times. So sharing updates to adapt to any changes in real time and encouraging open channels for feedback. Communicating with the event staff to announce last-minute changes like an altered match schedule or weather-related delays. Ensuring security staff are informed about crowd management plans and emergency protocols. Motivating employees is at the core of the implementation process. A motivated team works harder, more effectively, and with greater enthusiasm. So recognizing and rewarding contributions, no matter how small, and providing positive reinforcement and address concerns or challenges empathetically. And lead by example. Be present and actively involved in the event. Controlling is the process of ensuring that everything runs according to plan. It's the mechanism that managers use to monitor, evaluate, and adjust the performance of employees to ensure the set goals and objectives are met. And sport facility and event management controlling ensures that tasks are completed on time, standards are maintained, and any deviations are quickly corrected. The 3 essential steps of controlling are establishing a standard. Standards are the benchmarks or expectations that employees and processes should meet. So examples of standards would be having all event tickets scanned within 30 seconds per attendee, ensuring cleanliness of restrooms at a stadium every 30 minutes, securing staff patrolling designated zones every 15 minutes. A good standard is specific, measurable, and achievable within the given context. Appraising conformance to this standard involves monitoring and assessing whether employees or processes meet the established standards. Some tools of appraising performance would be observations, watching employees or processes in action. The metrics using real-time data such as ticket sales or entry throughput. Feedback, gathering input from supervisors, attendees, or employees. So in the context of sport management, observing how efficiently parking lot staff handle cars during a major sporting event. Checking if concession stands meet the standard of serving customers within 3 minutes during peak hours. And then correcting non-conformance to the standard. If performance falls short, managers must intervene to fix the issue and bring it back on track. First, you have to identify the root cause of the problem, lack of resources, unclear instructions, or employee fatigue. Provide immediate solutions or adjustments, and reallocate staff, addressing bottlenecks, implementing preventive measures for future occurrences. So again, in the context of sport management, if a concession stand is understaffed and lines grow too long, the manager might reassign employees from less critical areas or implement a streamlined menu for faster service. And then control programs in practice. They should be implemented with relatively high levels of control at the beginning of an event or process, especially during unfamiliar or high-stakes situations. In high control phase, managers closely monitor every aspect of the operation, provide detailed instructions, and check progress frequently. During the opening ceremony of a multi-sport event, every staff member has specific tasks monitored by supervisors to ensure smooth execution. And then once employees become familiar with their tasks and processes stabilize, managers can reduce direct supervision. So by the second or third day of a multi-day tournament, employees have mastered those routines and the need for close monitoring decreases. Now, facility management is a multidisciplinary profession that integrates people, processes, and places to ensure functionality, comfort, safety, and efficiency. According to the International Facility Management Association, or IFMA, there are 11 key competencies that every facility manager must master. And I was researching this yesterday, and there are actually certifications that you can get for facility management. And you know, it's not necessarily sport facility, but it would be it's a little more broader than that. There are also event management certifications that you can get as well. Anyway, to make you a little more marketable. First of all of that is communication. So effective communication ensures clear and consistent information flow between team members, stakeholders, and external partners. Emergency preparedness. Preparing for or responding to and recovering from emergencies is critical in protecting lives and minimizing disruptions. I can guarantee that something's going to happen. You need to be able to create an evacuation plan for a stadium during a fire drill or an unexpected event. Environmental stewardship and sustainability promotes energy efficiency like waste reduction and sustainable resource use in facilities. Installing solar panels or implementing recycling programs at sports complexes. Finance and business, understanding budgeting, financial forecasting, and economic decision-making is essential to manage facility costs. Developing a budget for the renovation of a locker room in a sports facility. Human factors, focusing on ensuring facilities to meet the needs of the people who use them. So designing accessible seating arrangements in a stadium for individuals with disabilities. Leadership and strategy, setting goals, aligning teams, and driving a long-term vision for facility management. So implementing a 5-year plan to improve fan experiences in a stadium. Operation and maintenance, day-to-day activities that keep a facility functional and safe. For example, regularly inspecting HVAC systems to ensure optimal performance. Project management is planning and executing projects to meet specific goals within time and budget constraints, and overseeing the construction of a new training facility for athletes. And quality, maintaining standards of excellence to deliver high quality services and experiences. Ensuring that the restrooms and concession areas in a sports arena meet cleanliness and service standards. Real estate and property management, managing real estate assets and ensuring property aligns with organizational goals. So leasing unused spaces in a sports complex to external vendors. Technology, leveraging technology to enhance operational efficiency and improve decision making. Implementing ticket scanning systems for faster entry to events. And that is all that I have for you today. So in our next session, we'll be going into more of the leaders and the theories behind sport management theories. Thank you. I look forward to talking with you again. Have a great day.